Review for 25th Hour, directed by Spike Lee, starring Edward Norton, Barry Pepper, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Rosario Dawson. This is a movie I saw a while ago. I liked it. I just rewatched it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I like some of Spike Lee's movies, like Inside Man, this, Do the Right Thing, some other ones. Not much of his recent work, but pretty good movie. I really like Edward Norton as an actor. He hasn't been in that much stuff in the past, like 10, 15 years, though. But, okay, the synopsis is cornered by the DEA, convicted New Yorker Montgomery Brogan reevaluates his life in the 25th remaining hours before facing a 7-year jail term. So he is doing illegal things. He has it stashed in his house, in his sofa. The DEA comes in. They know exactly where to look. Look in the couch. They arrest him. So someone gave him up. And you later learn who that is. He suspects his girlfriend, or people do, Rosario Dawson. But it's kind of his last night out. His best friends are Barry Pepper and Philip Seymour Hoffman. All great actors. I've always really liked Barry Pepper. I think Tom Hanks too are probably the best things about Saving Private Ryan. I mean, obviously the direction, the production, the production, the costumes, all that's amazing. But I'm saying for the acting, very good actor, very strong actor. I haven't seen him that much lately, but very good. He's in one of the worst movies ever made, though. Battlefield Earth, but not his fault. He's trying, but just terrible movie. But Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's very sad. He's dead. He's very good in this. He kind of plays a shy. He's a teacher, I think English teacher at like this nice prep school. That I think they all went to also, so it's kind of interesting. And very smart, educated man, but very shy, timid, very different than Barry Pepper and Norton. But sometimes groups they have, the friends connect for many different reasons. So, but they're all really good. I think you can get the sense that they're old friends. All three together, even just Barry Pepper and Philip Seymour Hoffman kind of giving each other shit, telling each other, what to do. Rosario Dawson's great. Anna Paquin's in it. Really young Anna Paquin. She's a student of Philip Seymour Hoffman. And so Edward Norton is working for I think they're the Russian mob. And also Brian Cox in this too, he's one of my favorite actors. He's Norton's father. He's very good. He's I think an ex-firefighter, and he owns a bar. He runs a bar. He also owes money, I think, to I don't know about the Russian mob, but some mob, and which is mentioned a little bit. But yeah, really good movie. The opening scene's him rescuing this beat up dog. Kind of interesting. Says something about his character. Then he has the dog later. He ends up giving the dog to Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman, when he goes away for in prison. Um, yeah, I just really like this movie. Um, all the scenes with them three are really good. Rosario Dawson is very good. Some great scenes between him and his father. Like when they're at his I think it's at his bar, or maybe it's at somewhere else, but they each get these big steaks, having a few Guinnesses. Um, his dad feels bad about what happened. He blames himself. Brian Cox is an interesting actor because he's in Super Troopers and he's hilarious in that. But he's such a good dramatic actor. He's an X-Men too. I think he's an excellent villain in that movie. Even if it's not accurate to the comic books and stuff. But I've always really liked X-Men too. I think he's such a good actor. I've never seen him give a bad performance. I mean, I've never seen Edward Norton give a bad performance either. I've heard that there's stories that Edward Norton, which is why maybe he's not in that much stuff in the past 15 years. He's kind of hard to work with. Some directors, I think, have said that. I don't know. I've heard that. If that happens and you're an actor, that could really hurt your career. Because even if you're a great actor, a lot of directors they just don't want to deal with it. Which I can understand, but I don't know. Maybe it's not true, but I've heard that, and but yeah, and he's kind of deciding: is he gonna run? Is he gonna run? Is he not? He suspects his girlfriend that she gave him up. Um, but spoilers now, spoilers. It's not her. It's this other guy who's kind of his Russian handler. This big guy who's really friendly and nice, and you like him. But then later, when he's at the club, it's owned by the Russians. He goes in the basement to meet with the boss, who's kind of like scoping him out, seeing if he gave him up, if he's gonna rat, and he's not gonna. But then they start beating up the other guy, and they're like, "Yeah, this is the guy that sold you out." They're like, "Only him and your girlfriend knew about the couch." And it was him. Yeah. So he said he had no choice, but yeah. Anyways, and Barry Peppers, this like rich stockbroker, um, perfect for the role. He almost has the same haircut as Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. I thought that was pretty cool. But I think that would come out a few years after this, and this was right after 9/11. And 2002, Barry Pepper has an apartment that's like right next to Ground Zero. There's a great shot of that. That's all kind of intertwined in this movie too, because his dad's a firefighter. There's a bunch of pictures of some of the firefighters that died that day. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't think over 100 firefighters died that day. I think over 100 policemen died that day. Maybe more, maybe like 150 of each. Very sad. Um, but yeah, that's kind of intertwined in this movie too. Um, and I think the script was a couple years old, so they probably added that in because you have to. It's right after. It's a year after. In the trivia, it said Tobey Maguire, I think, owned the script, bought the script, was going to star in it, but then decided to do Spider-Man. But he's a producer on it, so no offense to Tobey Maguire, but I can't see him in this role. Edward Norton's perfect in this role. But Edward Norton says he took every penny he made from Red Dragon to finance this film. Okay, David Benioff wrote the script. Monty's line, champagne for my real friends and real pain for my sham friends, is a quote that is often attributed to the Irish painter Francis Bacon. Oh, Brittany Murphy was originally supposed to play, I think, Hoffman's student. Alicia Keys was considered for the role of Naturale. Oh, oh, David Benioff. He's the Game of Thrones showrunner, right? Wow. Okay, he wrote the novel and screenplay for this. Wow. It's a good it's a very good screenplay. I'm glad it's Rosario Dawson as Naturel, but I've always really liked her. So, um, Isaiah Whitlock is in it, who's great in The Wire. He's the DEA agent who finds the who tears apart his couch. This film was included on Roger Ebert's great movie list. Nice. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it I have to say about it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I don't think it's a massive spoiler. I mean, it just wouldn't make so what sense that she would give it up. You could tell like she loves him, that he loves her. So it's not a massive spoiler. I don't think about who told them about that in the couch, but really like it. A bunch of great actors. Spike Lee, really good direction, and a great script. So can't go wrong with that. It's a very New York movie. I've never been to New York, but very New York movie. There's a lot of shots of them in the park, him just walking his dog, them, in the port. So it's got a nice feel to it. Um, but yeah, really good movie. Check it out. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.